Our top focus in WION Business Insights today. The United States has now imposed a fresh 25% tariff on Indian goods, effective 21 days after August 7th. The move comes after 5 rounds of failed trade talks and cites India's continued imports of Russian oil as the trigger. Some Indian goods will now face total duties as high as 50%, among the highest so far on any US trading partner. India's foreign ministry called the move extremely unfortunate and reaffirmed its right to safeguard national interests. Officials said India was blindsided by the timing and scale of the tariff hike, but noted the 21-day window offers scope for renewed talks. Bilateral goods and services trade between the US and India is valued at over $212 billion. Indian exports to the US hit $87 billion last year, creating a trade deficit of over $45 billion. The Federation of Indian Export Organizations warned that over 55% of Indian shipments to the US could be affected, with exporters now expected to face a 30 to 35% disadvantage compared to rivals like Vietnam and Bangladesh. Economists estimate that India's GDP could take a 20 basis point hit, while export volumes may drop by up to 60 basis points. The new tariff regime is expected to impact India's key export sectors, especially electronics, pharmaceuticals and textiles. Smartphones lead the list, with India overtaking China as the top supplier to the US in June quarter of 2025, accounting for a 44% market share. Exports from this category exceeded $3 billion in January alone. Pharmaceuticals, another critical sector, contributed over $7.5 billion in exports, largely driven by drugs and active pharma ingredients. Meanwhile, textile and apparel exports crossed $2.5 billion, and gems and jewelry shipments, especially diamonds and gold, were worth $8.5 billion. While the tariff move has triggered concerns, several experts argue that there's no reason to panic right now.
This will hit several export-oriented sectors of India, such as drugs and pharmaceuticals, electricals and electronics, gems and jewelry. But while there is a reason for us and India to be concerned, there is no reason for us to be alarmed. India continues to be a largely domestically driven economy, with exports accounting for about 18% of India's GDP. This measure will hit India's GDP by about 20 basis points, exports by about 50 to 60 basis points, and our employment scenario will also be dented to a certain extent.
This is an opportunity for us to see to make our internal manufacturing ecosystem more strong, and we have the opportunity to be the alternative for China Plus One. I think that this is the time to really realign the supply chain and focus on economies other than the US for the timing. However, we urge both the government of India and government of US to engage in a dialogue so that these disruptions can be sorted out.